Shalom, Israel, the Israelite School, Universal Tropical Knowledge. So let's get right into it. All right, let's get right back into it. Tonight's class is Lashawan Qadash class. So what we're going to be doing tonight, we're going to be working on vocabulary. Don't forget to put your name, city, and state. Do not forget to check in and put your name, city, and state. All right. So this is the Lashawan Qadash class. This is where you learn your culture, your heritage, your language. Like we all about it. So tonight we're gonna focus on vocabulary. All right, we're gonna focus on vocabulary. So we're gonna start with A. All right. All the words we're going to write, all right, they're gonna be selected. The words we're going to be writing tonight will begin with the letter A. All right. Vocabulary is something very important. So it's going to start with the letter A. Now, this list is not based off of our alphabet, like your I, your ba, your ga, la I. So some of the words that might begin with the letter A, they can start with a ka, they can start with a pa, they can start with a taza, they can start with a ga. Y'all pretty much get the point. All right. So let's get it. We're gonna start with the letter A, and we're gonna make our way all the way down. All right. So lock it. There we go. Lock it. Big enough for everybody to see. I can write that just a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna use red. I'm gonna use red so it can be seen. All right. We're gonna get some vocabulary. The first word we're gonna say is your call. Right? Your call. Y'all probably heard this before. Y'all probably definitely heard this before because I say it a lot as well. Your call. All right. Your call. All right. Your call. That's a lie. All right. Equals able. You need to be able to do something. All right. I got my aisle, which means above. So the reason why we're going over vocabulary, the reason why we're going over a little bit of vocabulary because we need to expand our vocabulary. We need more words in our repertoire when you want to know when you're learning a language. Like you're not going to be able to learn a language unless you know how to say certain words. You want to know vocabulary. You want to know verbs, vocabulary, and verbs. If you want to be able to speak a language, you want to know vocabulary and verbs. Vocabulary and verbs. Verbs give action to sentences, right? You understand that? Verbs give action to a sentence. Like in every sentence we create, there's always some verb within that sentence. I just did it myself. I could not been able to structure that sentence without a verb, like cannot, can, recall, meaning able. That was a verb. This can also be used as a noun. But once again, you want to be able to know verbs because they give action to sentences, right? Then you want to learn vocabulary because you want to add words into your sentences like table, window, door, chair, cup. You understand? You want to be able to say kawas. You want to be able to say shulchan, which is table, kawas, which means cup, dalaf, which means door. Like you want to be able to use these things. Mamata, which is bed or couch. Like you want to be able to add words all right, within your vocabulary. And this is how we're going to do it. We may be on this for the next, we're going to go all the way. We're going to do just a bunch of vocabulary. We've done the verbs, all right? We've done the 100 most common verbs. We will reattack that. We definitely did sentence structure in the present, the past, and the future tense. We will be going back to that. We definitely worked on our object pronouns, our subject pronouns, and our possessive pronouns. We'll also attack on that again as well. But now we want to learn vocabulary. Like these are certain words, all right, certain vocabulary words that you're going to be able to use as nouns within your sentence. Like you're not going to be able to use your possessive pronouns unless you know your nouns, which is your vocabulary. Like above, you know what I'm saying? Like if I want to say above me, right? Well, Salakia, that's not a possessive pronoun. That would be considered an object pronoun, but they're the same, right? If I wanted to say like above me, I would say ma'alia, meaning above me. That you're at the end of ma'al, meaning me. So ma'alia, I'm saying something's above me. Like this is how you like just knowing vocabulary, right? With what we already know with our subject pronouns, object pronouns, and possessive pronouns, knowing how to structure sentences in the present, the future, and the past, right? Now we can make sentences. Now we're going to focus on expanding our sentences so we can actually conversate with each other and have conversations in the Hebrew with each other. So you got your call, then you got ma'al. Your call, which means to be able. All right, your call meaning to be able. This is your ya, your ka, and your la, and the pelio, which means to be able. To be able to do something. All right, this can be a verb. All right. Also, this might be in most languages too. I'm not sure. All right, but definitely in the Hebrew language. In the Lashawan Qadash in the Hebrew language, our verbs can become nouns. All right, and our nouns can, well, I should say our nouns can become verbs. All right, they're almost sometimes they're interchangeable. Like being now the word able, I want to say that's just a verb alone, but there are some nouns that become verbs. All right, I just want to let you know that. I can't think of one right on top of my head. We might be able to go through one. All right, but well, Salakia, like above. All right, to be above. All right, that could be used as a verb or a noun and sometimes. I want to say, if that's the case, I believe nouns that can be verbs and verbs that can be nouns. I don't want to confuse no one because I might get into like adverbs or something like that. I don't want to get into all that because adverbs, I believe, are adjectives slash verb, all that type of stuff. All right, but in the Hebrew language, sometimes our nouns become verbs and our verbs can become nouns. I just want y'all to understand that. All right, okay. Oh, Salakia. Why didn't I think of that? Salaki, I don't take anything back. I can finally give you an example. I don't know why. So my name is Yerashamath, right? All right. Yerashamath is my name. A name is a noun, right? Well, Yerash, even though it's a noun, in that context, Yerash means to inherit. That can also be a verb. Amath, which means true. Amath means truth, right? Yerashamath, that Amath means truth. My name means he inherited the truth. Now, Amath is a noun, right? Meaning truth, right? But Amath can also be a verb meaning to be true. Does everybody understand how that works? So in the Hebrew, our nouns can be verbs and our verbs can be nouns. They're interchangeable. That's why, like, when you look at brothers and sisters' names, they're like, oh, wow, I know that word. That's the verb meaning this. Or, but in the context, that's a brother or sister's name is a noun. That's the glory of our language. All right? So let's get it. So what you got here is your call, which means to be able. Then you got ma'ayo, ma'ayo. All right, ma'al meaning to be above. All right. If you take the ma off, al means to go up. All right, to ascend. All right. Let's get it. You have right here is ah. You have your sa. You have your wa. Right. Then you have your na. Right. So you have asawan. All right. Ah. You have asawan. Like I take the light out. I thought I almost took the light out. So lucky. Asawan. All right. Which means accident. All right. Asawan, which means accident. All right. You have your ka, you have your tha, you have your ba, and you have your tha. Again, together it's kathaba. Kathaba, all right, which means address. All right. So you have two words right here, accident and address. Okay. Most High in Christ. Go ahead up. Oh, how do you spell my name in Hebrew? Um, which is Shara Rana Bana Yahweh. So Shara Rana. All right. So okay, I'll get that on the board for you real quick. No sweat. I'll make sure I get that for you. All right. So what we have on the board is accident and address. So an accident. So let's say an accident happens, right? You know, accidents happen all the time, right? So an asawan. If someone has an asawan, meaning there's an accident, something happens, you know, whatever the case may be. To say accident in Hebrew is asawan, all right? Whatever the case may be, you can structure that sentence however the case may be. But asawan is how you say accident, all right? Asawan, all right? Then you have kathaba, 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 all right? This is your ka, this is your tha, this is your ba, this is your tha. Everything tonight's class is going to be written in the paleo. All right? And Salaki, is that a okay? Con, I didn't put it good. You have address. All right, that means your address, meaning where you stay. Salaki, Salaki. So your address. All right, wherever you live, wherever you stay. If you're asking a brother or sister what is their address, you'll be like, you know, ma kataba. All right, ma kataba meaning what's your address. Well, what's that's not really saying what's your address, Salakia. All right, ma katabaka would be saying what's your address. All right, now you see how I added that possessive pronoun. So katabak, right? Katabak is the all right. That ka at the end is that possessive pronoun for your. So if I wanted to ask a brother or a sister what's their address, to ask that question, I would say ma katabaka. What's your address? And that's literally a sentence as a question. You kind of see how important it is now, how everything is coming together. This is just vocabulary. All right, this is just vocabulary that we'll know and we'll eventually go over and over and over again. These are vocab words that everyone should eventually know and learn and know by heart. All right, eventually. All right. Are there other words out there that we don't know and we'll learn? Yes, there's words in the English language that you don't know, and you're going to be able to learn them over time. No one knows their entire language. And don't allow anyone to try to. A lot of brothers and sisters kind of like get into debates with other brothers and sisters about the Hebrew, talking about, well, you don't know the entire language. No one knows their entire language. That's that's like I don't know. You let me know, Kodak. Do you know the English language completely? We've been speaking English since one. You know what I'm saying? We've been speaking, well, not one, so like maybe five. Since 5 or 6 years old for sure, we've been speaking English, and we still don't know every word in the English language. So don't allow anyone to be like, oh, well, you don't know the entire Hebrew language. So goddamn what? You don't even know the English language. So who are you? You don't even know all the words in Spanish, huh? What are you talking about? You don't even know your own language. Listen, you're not going to know every word in the Hebrew, but the more studying you do, the more words you'll know. So do not let you not knowing enough stop you. All right. We're starting from scratch. We're like babies. We're like 5 and 6 year old. This is something new. We're going to have to learn this language. All right. Eventually, you'll get fluent, and then you'll be able to speak it fluently and still learn. Everyone to this day is learning the English language. There are still people learning the French language, the Spanish language, the Portuguese language, the Creole language, all that. Everyone is still constantly learning. You do not go through life knowing everything. You don't even die knowing everything. You understand? That's the purpose of the next generation. But tonight's the Hebrew class, not the brotherhood class. All right. So let's get it. All right. Let's get the sister's question. All right. So let's get it. So I like it. So the sister wants to see. So to get clarity, and how do you spell my Lord's name in Hebrew? Zayan Ban Banyan. Okay. So I'm gonna write your names on the board. All right. I'm gonna do your husbands first. Most High in Christ. Let me see. So Ban meaning son, by the way, and Banyanyam is the tribe. So I'll write that. So his name is Zayan. All right. His name is Zayan. Okay. And the tribe he's from is Benjamin or Banyanyam. I know you know that. I'm just saying it for everyone's um, learning. Son meaning Ban meaning son. All right. Banyanyam meaning that's the tribe which is Benjamin. For the sister's case, Banath meaning daughter. All right. And then Yahweh meaning Judah. All right. So let's get it. All right. And that's Shara Rana. Shara Rana. You got that done. Right. Zayan. Like it, Zayan. I believe his name, that's weapon in Hebrew. If I'm not mistaken, that's Zayan is weapon in Hebrew. All right. Once again, here we go. Once again, this is a noun, Zayan. I believe that's the brother's name meaning weapon. All right, weapon. Zayan. Let's see. I believe that's what Hazian, General Hazian's name stems from too as well. It comes from the Hebrew word weapon. So Zayan. All right. Zayan. All right. Do you want the tribes up there too, sis, by the way? If so, all right, I might have to take up the whole board. Let me know real quick. All right, if you want the tribes up there too. All right, but I got Zayan up there. All right, Zayan. This is your Za. This is your Ya. And this is your Na. And Shararana. Sha. Shara. Right. Shara. This is your Sha. This is your Ra. This is your Ha. And Rana. I believe Rana I know Shara, that should be princess. Shara is princess. Or I know that's Sarah in the Hebrew. But Sarah's name, I believe, is princess. I gotta double check that or something like that. All right. And then Ranah. If I'm not mistaken, Ranah may be a city in Judah. Khan, okay, the tribes too as well. Okay, I'm gonna get it. So this is Zion, right? You have Zion, right? That's what Zion looks like. All right, then you have Shara Ranah. Then I'll get the tribes as well. All right, I'm gonna have to take this off the board in order to get the tribes, all right? But I'll let you, if you want to copy that, all right, go ahead and copy that real quick. If you would like, copy that Zion. That's how Zion would look like. Then you have Shara Ranah. That's how that would look like, all right? Let me know when you got this part. Let me know when you're good on this, and then I'll get to the tribes. I'll say Banyanyam, and then I'll get Banaf Yahweh, all right? Okay, most are incorrect. All right. Now we're gonna get the tribes, all right, on the board. So that was Zayan, and that was Shara Ranah. Okay, that's what. Now let's get Ban. Salaki, so how would you write my name in Hebrew? I'll get that too as well. All right. I'm gonna get let's get Ban. All right, Ban Banyanyam Ban. Ban means son. All right, Ban meaning son. All right, this is your na. Ban meaning son. All right, Ban is son. All right, that right here. That's how you would say son. Then you have. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually pretty cool. Zayan Ban Banyanyam. You know that? He's the son of the right. Okay? Ban. All right? Banyanyam, all right? Meaning Benjamin. All right? Ban. Again. Ban. Then Yum. Yun. Yum. Then Yun. Wait, Salaki, I think I have that backwards. I believe it's Yun Yum. All right? Yun. Yun Yum. All right? All right. No, I had it. No, I got it right. Banyanyam. All right. Almost. All right. Banyanyam. All right. Anyone knows what Banyanyam means? It means son of the right. So Ban Banyanyam, meaning you are the son of the right. All right. So Ban Banyanyam. All right. This is Ban meaning son. This means Benjamin. All right. All right. Son of the right. Son of the right. Banyanyam. All right. Ban Banyanyam. All right. Try son of Benjamin. And Lily says son of the right, son of Benjamin. Ban, all right. Yum. Ban Yum. Now we have Banat. Banat is how you would say daughter in Hebrew. All right. Banat. It's almost written like son, but with a thigh. All right. In some cases, all right. In some cases, what you will do, all right, like you to make something feminine, you would either add a ha or sometimes a thigh at the end of it. So banat is just a feminine way to say son, which means daughter. All right. So banat is how you would say daughter. So banat, all right, Yahawada. All right. All right. Yahawada. The Judah. Yahawada, which I believe is something of the Lord. Something that I can look that up so like it. Yahawada. 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 All right. That's your Yah. That's your Ha. That's your Wa. That's your Da. That's your Ha. All right. Banaf Yahawada. All right. Banaf Yahawada. Which letters can you not see? I can't see the rest of the letters on the live feed where it says live. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, Khan. Okay, I'll drop that down a little. I didn't think. Wait a minute. And you're on Facebook. Let me check that out. I gotta take that into consideration now. The water for bringing that to my attention. Let me see. I see. Because when you go on Facebook, it gives you live and it tells you how many people are viewing. I see. So it's blocking it. Okay, no sweat. I'll drop that. All right. Give me 1 second, Akwaf, and I'll drop that just a little bit. All right. I'll rewrite it. And I'm gonna just drop it a little bit, okay? But you see, Banaf Yahawada. All right. Banaf Yahawada. I know you see that. Give me 1 second. All right. Yahawada, meaning praising the Lord. Okay, no sweat. All right. So Banaf Yahawada, meaning the daughter of Judah. So the daughter of Judah, or the daughter of Yahawada. All right. Coming from the tribe of Judah. Daughter of Judah, son of Benjamin. Let's write that Benjamin one more time for the sister. Lock it in, Officer Quisha. I'm gonna get you right at this. I'll get you at the same time as writing Banyanya one more time. All right. But I'm gonna write it a little lower. All right. The water for bringing that to my attention. All right. Ban. Ba. Na. All right. Ban. Son. And Banyanya. Ban again. Ban. Yam. Yun. All right. Son of the right. Ba. Na. Ya. Ma. Ya. Ma. There you go. Banyanyan. All right. Let me know when you got that, Akwa. All right. Ban Banyamyan, meaning son of the right. Ban Banyamyan. All right. I'm sorry, Christ. Bani Yamiyan. Let me know when you got that, Akwa, and then we're gonna get to Quasha. Quasha. Officer Quasha. Get that for the brother. Then we'll get right back to the vocabulary. If you guys have any more questions, that's the vibe too. All right? Most High in Christ. Banyamyan. So Zayan, Ban, Banyamyan. Then you have Shara, Rana, Ban, Yahawada. All right? The reason why it's so important to also know what tribe you come from is because at one point in time, it was like, this is who your father is, right? This is where you come from. Like, this is a part of your nationality. This is a part of who you are. So you want to, that's very important. Because living in America for so long, we don't care who we are. And that's due to the fact that we never knew who we were for so damn long that now we don't care who we are, and we try to make up who we are. And we try to join other people's cultures and nations and their nationality and culture and heritage and their traditions to make it seem like that's who we are. And the Lord does not want us to do that. The Lord wants us to know who we are. He brought his spirit back on the earth, and now we know who we are. Now we know we come with a daughter of Judah, which is Banath Yahawada. Now we know we're the son of Benjamin. Ban Yamyan. All right? Let's get it. Now, Quasha, Most High in Christ. Let's write Quasha on the board. All right? This is what Quasha will look like. Qua, Sha, Sha, and a Ha. Quasha. Qua, Sha. All right, Quasha. All right, it's pronounced Quasha. The brother's name is pronounced Quasha. Make sure it's Quasha. All right. Now it's not Quasha because there's a ha at the end. If that ha wasn't there, then it would be Quasha, not Quasha. It would just be Quasha. But it's Quasha because of that ha. All right. That's why it's Quasha. Oh, okay, no sweat, Aqua. I'll get the Banath Yahweh one more time. No sweat. Banath Yahweh. But this is how you would say Quasha. Right? That's what Quasha looks like. Your Qua, your Sha, and then your Ha. Quasha. All right, that's the brother's name. All right. Quasha. I'll give y'all a couple seconds. I'm gonna get the sister's name back up there. The Ban, it's like not the Ban, the Banath Yahweh. I got you. No sweat. All right. Banath. Let's get Banath up there one more time. So lock it. Ba. Na. All right. That's your ba. This is your na. This is your tha. Na literally means daughter. Daughter. All right. But not. You have Yahweh. Your Yah. All right. Yaha. Yaha. Your Wa. Your Da. And then Yaha. Your Yah. Yaha. Your Wa. And your Da. And then Yaha. Yahweh Da. All right. Which is Judah. All right. So this line right here, Banath Yahweh is literally saying daughter of Judah. All right. Banath Yahweh. All right. Banath Yahweh. All right. Yahweh. Yahweh. All right. Yahweh. All right. Banath Yahweh. Banath Yahweh, meaning daughter of Judah. but not Yahweh. All right, but not Yahweh. Let me know when you got that, Aqua. Okay, you got it. You got a question, Mark?
Lucky, yeah.
Well,
I had two questions actually.
That's what I go ahead and ask away.
I wanted to know if I could, how would you write my name? And then I had a question on like where does the root of the meaning of my name come from?
Con. All right, no sweat. Con. So where is the okay? No sweat. I got you, Rock. That's a good question. So I'm gonna get Quadak. So the brother's name is Quadak. All right, Quadak. All right, and then Con. Oh, I see. Okay, it's the same question. Okay, so like I was just about to get to it. Con. Most time Christ. All right. So Quadak had a good question. All right, where the root of his name is as well, and the meaning. All right. Now, also anyone in class, if you do not know the meaning of your name, ask the meaning of your name. All right. There's nothing wrong with not knowing. All right. But know it now. Okay. Ask the meaning of your name, and we will get you the name, the meaning of your name. All right. You do not want to, not know the meaning of your name, because your name, a lot of the names, so like not a lot, all the names that we give brothers and sisters in this truth are so important and so spiritual and so holy that you really want to know the meaning of it. All right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it could be like, damn, that's a hardcore name, or damn, that's a real beautiful name. Like, you really want to know. All right. You really want to know your name. All right. So let's get it. So now you said you want to know the sis also got it most high in Christ. All right, the water for that. All right. So one more time for your question now. I want to make sure I answer it correctly. All right. I think I understand where you're coming from. Go ahead. So repeat the question one more time, so I know for sure what you're looking for.
Salakia, sir. I wanted to know where was like the root of where my name, like the meaning of my name, where did it actually come from?
Okay. The water for your breakdown. So, oh yeah, Anyanda bar. That's no sweat at all. The water to y'all, really. All right. 1 second. I'll get to you in a moment too as well. Let's see one more time. Come on. All right, so let's get it. So Quebec, okay, on the board. All right. So this is how you would spell your name. All right. So you got your Kwa, you have your Da, and you have your Ha. All right. Your Kwa, your Da, and then you have. Did I really just do that? You see, so I tell you, Hebrew in my mind. I put the da twice as the right da instead of a damn D, man. Be a da and then your cha. All right. When we're trying to write English words for Hebrew, Hebrew for English, all the type of stuff, man. All right. So that's how you would say kodak. All right. That's how you would write kodak. All right. So kodak means to be kindled a fire. And so your question is where would the root, right? Where the root comes from, right? So the actual name Quebec itself, right? It's how can I say it? The name okay, the name itself is a noun or it's a verb in the Hebrew language, which literally means to burn, like to inflame. Like that's why your name means what? To kindle fire. Because the actual word itself is what it would be used to express a fire being kindled. Like in most sentences, right? If you look into the Bible, all right, kindling a fire can be spiritually, kindling a fire can be literal. Like if you talking about how, like if you go into the law in the Old Testament, how the Lord's anger was kindled. Sometimes Quedak would be there. If we kindled an actual fire, right, spiritually, Quedak would be there. Like that's literally the meaning of the name and where it stems from. It's literally that word, kodak, meaning to literally inflame, to literally set something on fire. Okay, it makes sense?
God.
God. All right. No sign Christ. All right, let's get it. Any more questions out there? We'll get back to the vocabulary. All right. All right. Let's get back to the vocabulary. We'll probably get a few more words. All right, well, a couple really, because it's about to be 9. So, Lucky, the next word we're going to get for vocabulary, all right, will be itazara. You got I, itazara. Lucky, not itazara. Lucky. Itaza. Itaza. All right. That's your I, that's your taza, and that's your ha. Itaza. All right. Itaza, which means advice. Let's get it. Then you have pachad. Let's get pachad. Pa, cha, chad. That's your pa. This is your cha right here. All right. And this is your da. All right. Pachad, meaning afraid. All right. Afraid. So now remember, these words can be nouns or they can also be verbs. Nouns or verbs in most cases in Hebrew are interchangeable. All right. Verbs, all right. Verbs and words, I said words like it. Verbs and nouns, all right, are interchangeable. Verbs and nouns are interchangeable. All right. Sometimes a verb can be a noun can be a verb. So advice, to give advice, in this case, is being used as a noun, right? Itaza. All right, itaza, not itaza, because itaza, there would be no ha. You want to add emphasis to the ha at the end. So itaza, because there's emphasis there. Itaza meaning advice. So let's say, you need some advice or you're giving advice. You want to say you want to give someone advice, you would use the word itaza. All right, itaza is advice. Itaza is advice. Itaza is advice. All right. Then you have pachad. 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 All right. Pachad meaning afraid. To be afraid of something. Right. To be afraid. Pachad can either be a verb or a noun. All right. Oh, he's afraid or afraid. Whatever the case you may want to use it in. All right. In most cases, you would use afraid usually. You would use afraid in the verb tense. All right. I'm using it in the noun sense because I'm just saying the word afraid. I'm not giving it any action. So in that case, like let's say you're teaching, all right, and you're saying this is how you say pachad. I just used afraid in the noun sense because pachad just means afraid. Now, if I wanted to say anya pawachad, all right, I just said I'm afraid. I just made that sentence into an action. Now I'm using pachad as a verb, and I conjugated it in the present tense. That's how, all right. With that being said, you want to study these words, study this vocabulary. We're going to be going over vocabulary for probably weeks on end, of course. And then, because I want to get through all the vocabulary, and then eventually I want to get back into sentence structure. This is what's going to help you structure your sentences. All right. This is what's going to help you structure your sentences. All right. Learn as many verbs and words, all right, or I should say verbs and nouns as much as possible. All right. I don't want to say words because verbs are words and nouns are words. So learn as many verbs and nouns as possible. That's what's going to help you, all right, structure sentences. That's what's going to help you learn this language. Do not allow others to be like, oh, well, how do you not know what this means? Or you don't know how to say this. Well, simple. I don't know their entire language. No one knows their entire language. All right. So don't allow other people to get you down because you don't know something of your language. You know what I'm saying? So no one knows the entire. There's a word in the English I never heard of in my life. Plenty of times. Some weird, and it doesn't even have to be a big word. It could be a small word. And you like, I never heard that before. That's crazy. What does that mean? Oh, that means you're jumping off a cliff. Never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? I just made it, but you know what I'm saying? Never heard of it. That's fine. It's going to be just like this on your own language. Just know that this is our language and we are to learn. All right. With that, I say Amadim, which means to stand. All right. We're going to give a curse salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshua Barakatah. Yadim Matah. Sar La Awafia, which means turn to the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give a curse salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadif, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alafan Ba'ashim Yahshua, Yadim Matah. With that, class dismissed.